So hello everyone, we're going to talk about instructional strategies. So before we're going to dive in with our topic, let's have with our objectives. Learning objectives. By end of the discussion, learners will be able to explain the different instructional strategies clearly and also identify selected strategies based on their use in teaching. Also applying the strategies in a simple task which can be evaluated. Also it reflects on the effectiveness of the strategies and suggested improvements. So instructional strategies are different teaching methods that teachers use to make learning more effective and engaging for students. So instructional strategies are different teaching methods teachers used. This means that instructional strategies are basically techniques for teacher applying in class to help student understand their lesson better. For example, some strategies focus on encouraging participation, while others help us organize our ideas and other skills. By using the right strategy, teacher can make learning more effective and fun and easier for students. Now, let's talk about KWL, also known as Know, Want to Know, and Learn. Is a strategies that help students connect prior knowledge with new learning. It guides them to list what they already know, what they want to know, and what they learned after the lesson. So, TWN helps students organize what they already know and what to know and already know. So basically, students make a chart where they first write what they already know about the topic, then what they want to know, and finally, after the lesson, what they learn. These strategies is good because it makes us reflect on a prior knowledge, set the learning goals, and also check our progress after the discussion. So next is, for example, so in history lesson about World War II. So ang atong nakuan it was a global war, ang World War II. And want to know what were the main causes of the World War II. So what we learned after the discussion is it started because of political conflicts and invasions. So mao na ang KWL or know what to know, learn. So now let's proceed with brainstorming. So I know a lot of you have an idea what is brainstorming. So brainstorming is a strategy that allows students to share ideas freely without judgment. So encourage creativity, teamwork, and helps generate multiple solutions or perspective in the topic. So brainstorming is when students share ideas openly without worrying if sakto ba ang ilang gi-share bitaw na idea or mali. So this call is collective. Collect as many ideas as possible without judgment. So free na nimo nga ikon nang share bitaw imong nasabtan or kanang basic knowledge about that topic kay wala man mo judge nimo. So the goal these strategies help us think creatively and also learn from each other. So by sharing others kanang thought or insight with the topic, so you are able to learn that from your classmate. Also, teachers often use it to start off a topic to active our critical thinking and also encourage students' participation. So that's all of my topic. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Sunshanli Amansha. So, I'm gonna talk all about the small group discussion and case studies. So, first, let me introduce you the small group discussion. So, small group discussion It's involved breaking a class into teams, typically 3 to 6 students, to explore a specific prompt, question, or problem. This strategy lowers the barrier for participation, allowing quieter students to share ideas in a less intimidating setting. Small group discussion have a benefits. First is active participation. So it increases the talk time for every student compared to a whole class lecture. Then second is peer learning. So students explain concepts to one another, which often clarifies their own understanding. And lastly, social skills. So it develops essential soft skills like active listening, negotiation, and articulating a viewpoint. So the best practices of small group discussion is assign a specific rules within the group like leader, recorder, timekeeper to ensure accountability and structure. So I have an example of what is small group discussion. Example: the teacher acts as a facilitator rather than a lecturer, moving between groups to clarify misconceptions and keep conversations on track. Um, sana, what we call this one? So, in an easy way, ang the small group discussion is about exchange idea and perspective from a students where the teacher facilitate, and it's also about contributor and listener. The next is about case studies. So case studies involve the intensive analysis of a real life scenario or a simulated story. Students must apply theoretical knowledge to solve the dilemmas presented in the narrative. If we say dilemma or dilemmas like that, it is a problem. Then, the case studies have benefits also. First is bridging theory and practice. So, it shows students how the textbook version of a concept works in the messy, unpredictable real world. Next is higher order thinking. So it moves beyond memorizations into analysis and evaluation. And lastly, perspective taking. So it encourages students to see a problem through the eyes of different stakeholders involved in the case. So um, case study have best practices is to ensure the case is relevant to the students' future careers or interest to maximize engagement. So, in easy way, um, case studies is about applications of knowledge to solve a problem. So it also a about the investigator and a problem solver. So I have an example. Students are given a detailed account of a situation. Example, a classroom management dilemma, a business crisis, or a scientific phenomenon. And must identify the core problem, analyze variables, and propose evidence-based solutions. So case study is about giving a problem, then the student should solve the problem, but it is about in real life. So it must have evidence, no? It is evidence based. So that's all for my part. Thank you for listening.
Okay, good day everyone. So now I will discuss the other types of instructional strategies, which are the learning centers and also a workshop. Okay, first, let's talk about learning centers. Okay, so learning centers are specific areas in the classroom where students work individually or in small groups on different activities designed to develop specific skills or concepts. This strategy promotes active learning, independence, collaboration, and allows students to learn at their own pace. So, kani daing learning centers, mao ni siya ang lain-lain nga stations o place inside the classroom where ang mga estudyante naa sila'y lain-laing activities nga buhaton. So, dili tanang estudyante diri parehas og task sa isa ka time. Kay every center naa man siya yung own purpose. So this strategy, it helps students become more independent because they learn how to follow instructions, solve problems, and complete tasks on their own. And also, it encourages collaboration since students often work with classmates, share ideas, and help one another. Okay, so it also helps students no nga makatuon based sa ilang kaugalingon na or own pace, no? Students learn at their own pace, and if pas sila nga makasabot, dali sila makamove sa lain nga activity, sa lain nga station. And kung kinahanglan pa nilaga more time to kanaang understand, kay dili ra pud sila ma-pressure ana na ang learning centers. So, instead of students staying in one place and only listening to the teacher, they move from one station to another where they perform assigned tasks, okay? And this makes learning more interactive, enjoyable, and less boring. So, mao ni ang nakanindot sa learning centers. Kay ang bata or ang estudyante malingaw while doing the activities or the task given by their teacher. So, for example, okay, we have here an example. Okay, here. In an English class, one center focuses on reading comprehension, another on vocabulary exercises, and another on sentence construction activities. So, lahi-lahi gid siya activities per station, no? And also, another example, sa math subject, pwede pod na ay center for problem solving, center for drills, o center for group activities. So, because of this, students remain engaged and motivated since they are actively participating and not just passively listening. Mauna ang purpose sa learning centers. Okay? Nakuha ra ba? Alright, now let us proceed to the second one. In my part, okay, we have here workshop. Okay, so a workshop, it is an instructional strategy where students learn through hands-on activities, practice, and guided participation. It also focuses on skill development and the practical application of knowledge, with the teacher serving as a facilitator rather than only giving lectures. So, mao di ay ni ang workshop. Okay, from the word hands-on activities and a actual practice and a guided participation. So, ang workshop di ay, it is a kanang where ang pagkat-on kay pinaagi sa actual nga pagbuhat or gina-apply gid mismo ang lesson nga gidiscuss. Dili lang siya kay iguro ta maminaw ba ang estudyante mismo maka-learn through experience, no? Learning through experience. And also kanipod kay dili lang theory ang ginatudlo, kundili gipakita o gina-practice pod sa mga estudyante aron mas masabtan nila ang lesson. So in a workshop, the teacher serves as a facilitator or guide rather than only giving lectures. So the teacher demonstrates the process first, provides instructions, and supervises students while they perform the task themselves. So this strategy is very effective because students learn better through experience. So, mauna siya ang workshop. Mas dali nila mahinumduman ang lesson kung ilang nabuhat mismo kaysa kung ilang nadunggan lang, di ba? Bisan og kita, mas maka-learn jud ta if ma-experience or if ma-apply nato mismo ang lesson nga gi-discuss. Okay? Now, workshop is commonly used in subjects like TLE, like sa ato ang kuan major nga kanang kuan more on practical skills jud sa science, experiments, di ba? The arts, which is ma-apply gid imong creativity, ICT nato, and also the technology, because these subjects require practical skills jud. So, for example, I have here an example, guys. Okay. Here, so in a TLE class, students join a cooking workshop where they practice preparing a simple dish while the teacher demonstrates the proper procedure. So here no kay cooking workshop. Ari ang mga bata na practice, ang mga students ga-practice sila unsaon pag-prepare o ga dish. Okay? So, naka-learn gid ang mga mas maka-learn jud ang students ari, it's because na-apply man nila ang lesson or na-apply man jud nila mismo ang gidiscuss ni teacher. Okay. So in ICT po, another example, students may have a computer workshop where they create documents or presentations. And also in science, students may conduct simple experiments inside the laboratory. No, kita mismo like kita mga education man jud ta. So mas nagkadugay sa sige natong himog PPT, dali na lang kay sa ato og pag-input or pag-encode dito no kay naka-learn naman ta kay sige man taga experience. Okay? So sa workshop, students develop confidence, discipline, teamwork, o problem-solving skills because they are exposed to real tasks and real situations. So, yes, to conclude my part, both learning centers and workshop are effective instructional strategies because they encourage active participation, improve understanding, and help students develop both knowledge and practical skills. So learning centers focuses on organized stations for different learning tasks. Okay, learning centers, stations ni siya, which is lain-laing task ang naa sa sulod. While workshop, it focuses on hands-on practice and real-life application of skills. Are, maka-learn ta through experience, okay, or application. And both strategies make learning more meaningful because students are not only memorizing lessons, they are experiencing and applying them. Okay, so as future educators, it is important for us to understand and use these strategies because effective teaching is not only about explaining lessons, but also about helping students learn through participation and experience. Thank you, and that would be all for my discussion.
Hi everyone, I'm Librado and I'm the one na put nga mo report. Role play, an interactive learning method where participants act out a assigned role in a given scenario to explore real-life situations, practice skills, and understand different perspectives. So based sa akong gi-provide nga definition sa role play is masabtan na jud siya. So if i-relate pod nato siya sa ato ang real-life situations, mura ra pod na og ang maestra og ang estudyante. If nag-role play ang maestra og ang mga estudyante, so ang estudyante mo act as a student wherein mo participate sa klase. And ang teacher is mo provide pod sa mga panginahanglan sa students wherein ang teacher is mag-create og something interactive sa classroom. So para ang mga students is mo participate sa teacher. And we have key purposes pod: develop communication, problem solving, and decision making skills. Help learners experience situations from different viewpoints. So mao to ang mga key purposes para mo enhance or mo develop ang communication between teacher and student or students or ang student sa iyahang classmates, and para pod maka-experience ang student or students sa usa ka teacher if mag-role play sila nga ang usa ka student is teacher, dayon iyahang klasihan, iyahang classmates, then magpakita iyahang classmates sa behavior nga ilahang gipakita sa usa ka teacher. And then maka-realize dayon ang usa ka student nga ni-act as a teacher. By that, makita pod sa estudyante nga ni-act as a teacher or maka-realize pod siya unsa kalisod ang teacher. Simulation, a realistic, structured representation of a system, process, or event that mimics real-world conditions, allowing learners to practice and experiment without real-world risk or consequences. So, ang simulation, mura pod ni og kanang ganahan ka mag-practice og sakyanan or kanang something car. And then, sa manubila is liko-liko masagina no din lisod-lisod pod. So, imuhang praktisan sa manubila is duwaan ba na ron nga trak-trak nga kanang masud ka or adto ka sa mall nga naay duwaanan and naasa ra ba nay something kanang sa manubila sa sakyanan or something sa car. So ara ka mag-practice, and if ara ka mag-practice sa kanang duwaan lang inana or video games, so dili jud ingon nga makasaka or something makalikis ka or kanang makabangga kag bisag unsa diha. So ang key purposes sa simulation is provide hands-on practice in a safe environment, which is sama ato kong giingon nga para dili maka-harm og tao or something nga kanang makabangga og bisag unsa or makalikis. Help learners understand complex systems or procedures. So, makaanam-anam pud ta og kanang realize nga unsa kalisod ug makahibaw na pud ta sa mga dapat buhatonon or makaanam-anam na pud ta og kahibaw. And test decision making and response strategies in controlled conditions. Makahibaw pud ta og unsay una nga buhaton, una moandar ang sakyanan, ug unsaon pagkontrol ang manubila. Q&A session, a dedicated segment where participants can ask questions related to the topic and the facilitator or speaker provides answers, clarifications, or further explanations. So, ang Q&A session mura pod ni og kita students and a teacher nga nasa usa ka classroom. So, student can ask questions sa teacher. Then the teacher will provide the answer nga gi-ask sa student. And also, ang teacher is pwede pod mo ask sa student. And then, ang student is mo response pod sa teacher. So, mauna ang Q&A session or ang question and answer. So, the key purposes is encourage active engagement and critical thinking, gather feedback and identify areas that need further emphasis. So, magka-engage good ang teacher and the student, and also makahatag pud sila og feedback sa usag-usa. And that's all sa ako ang part, guys.
Good day everyone, I am Crystal Jane Esparleon and today I will discuss about the instructional strategies. These are the methods and techniques used by teachers to help students learn effectively. In modern education, it is important to use these strategies that are engaging and relevant to students. So there are two examples of this. So these are social media and gamification. So first, let's talk about social media as an instructional strategy. So social media platforms are commonly used by students so teachers can use them to support learning. So through social media, students can communicate, share ideas, and access learning materials easily. And it also allows learning to continue outside the classroom, which is efficient. For example, a teacher can create a class group where students can post their answers. For example, the Google Classroom. And then it also join discussions like Google Meet and or submit assignments in the Google Classroom or anywhere Messenger. Those are examples of social media, and then this strategy helps improve the collaboration, communication, and digital skills between the teacher and the learners. I hope that you've learned something from the social media. Next is the games or gamification. So, gamification it is the use of game elements in non-game contexts such as education to motivate and engage students. It turns learning into a fun and interactive experience. So, gamification means using game elements like points, rewards, and challenges in learning. So, cunning strategy makes the lessons more fun and engaging. So, it is a key point on how to engage the learners in your discussion. It motivates the students to participate actively and helps them develop their critical skills. For example, teachers can use quiz games, or quiz rewards like points and badges to students who complete tasks. This encourages participation and makes learning enjoyable. So, in conclusion, social media and gamification are one of the effective instructional strategies that make learning more interactive and student-centered. And they help increase motivation, participation, and understanding. When used properly, these strategies can greatly improve the learning experience of the students for today and for also for the future. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Good day, everyone. I am Rhoda May A. Landero, and I'm going to discuss about competition, debate, and conclusion. So first is competition. Competition is an instructional strategies where students learn through contests or challenges. It can be done individually or in groups, and it motivates students to participate actively in class. So like for examples, teachers can use quiz bees, group contests, or point systems to make lessons more exciting and engaging for students. So competition is a strategy where students learn by joining contests or challenges. It makes lessons more exciting and encourages students to do their best. So it increases motivations, build confidence, promote teamwork, and makes learning fun. Through competition, students become more active, confident, and engaged in learning. Next one is the debate. Debate is a strategy where students exchange ideas and opinions about a topic while defending their side. This helps them develop critical thinking and communication skills. So, like for example, students can debate on topics like should homework be banned, where they present arguments and support their answers with reasons. Debate allows students to express their ideas and support their answers with reason. It improves critical thinking, enhances speaking skills, and builds confidence. Students learn how to think clearly, speak confidently, and respect different opinions. And lastly, conclusion. In conclusion,
The different instructional strategies such as KWL brainstorming, small group discussion, case studies, learning centers, workshops, role play, simulation, Q&A sessions, social media, games or gamification, competition, and debate all help make learning more active and meaningful. These strategies encourage students' participation, improve critical thinking, and develop communication and collaboration skills. By using these approaches, teachers can create a more engaging and effective learning environment for all students. That's all. Thank you so much.